Next up, at UFC Vegas 78, we have Jaqueline Amorim, and she is taking on Montserrat Ruiz. Jaqueline Amorim, 6-1 overall, 3-2 in her last 5. She is coming off the knockout loss to Amanda Lemos. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jaqueline Amorim, 6-1 overall, 4-1 in her last 5. She's coming off the decision loss to Sam Hughes in her UFC debut. She's taking on Montserrat Ruiz. She's 10-2 overall, 3-2 in her last 5. And she's coming off that knockout loss to Amanda Lemos 2 years ago. She just ran across, got blasted in the face. Here's the deal with Montserrat Ruiz. She is a national champion wrestler. She's a very good wrestler. She's gritty. She's tough. She comes forward. She'll throw hands, not really just there to set up the wrestling. And then she's going to look to get you to the ground, and she's incredibly, incredibly tough. My issue with her wrestling is it's all side headlocks. It's all side headlocks. If you go back and you watch her UFC win, it is just whoop, side headlock, whoop, side headlock,
Cheyenne.
whoop, side headlock.
How you doing, Cheyenne?
It is versus Cheyenne, and it's just over and over and over. And I get it. It was working for her, and she kept going to it. And a side headlock is a real takedown, obviously. But a side headlock is not a go-to. It's not your first move. It's your second. It's your third. It's your I'm down by 3 points, and I need a pin. It's that move. And she just went to it over and over and over. And it felt like she didn't have another takedown. We know she does. She's a national champion wrestler. But it felt like she didn't have another takedown. And that does worry me a little bit because she's taking on Jaqueline Amorim. Jaqueline Amorim is a talented prospect. She's a slick grappler. She has her own offensive wrestling. Instead of side headlock, she will just blast double her way to the ground. And then she's got a whole myriad of submissions. She has power in her hands and is a genuine threat everywhere. She's going to come forward like a buzzsaw, cut through everything in front of her. Ooh. Her striking is a bit wide. It is raw, but the power is insane. You don't see a lot of people at this weight class that can one-punch knock out people. And she is coming off that loss to Sam Hughes. And people like to trash Sam Hughes, and I don't know why, because she's like tough and gritty, and she has no quit.
She's just fucking Homer Simpson is what she is.
Fine, but tough.
She's the opposite of Kyler Phillips. Kyler's never lost a first round. I don't know if Sam Hughes ever won a first round. But she always wins. She's tough as shit.
Well, and she beat Jaqueline Amorim, but if you watch that fight, it was very clear that Jaqueline is good. She has great BJJ, really nice takedowns, but zero cardio whatsoever. I mean, she has less cardio than I do. It's shocking. And for that reason, I think Montserrat Ruiz wins. If Jaqueline had 2 rounds of cardio, if she had a round and a half of cardio, like, all right, maybe she will shoot a blast double. Maybe she'll get something done. But she has no cardio. Montserrat is tough. Amanda Lemos blasted her. Amanda Lemos, we now know how good she is. So I'm not worried about the fact that Amanda Lemos knocked her out 2 years ago. Montserrat is training with that whole Mexican crew of really tough females that are doing really well right now. I think she's going to get it done. I think she's going to come forward, and I think she's going to get a couple of side headlocks or at least weather the early storm. What do you think, Jakey Boom Bots?
Yeah, I don't actually hate that play. I was actually pretty high on Ruiz going into that Cheyenne fight for that very reason. I knew that she was. I mean, she's almost like Juliana Miller in this matchup as far as like when it comes down to mental fortitude and somebody that's not going to quit and somebody's going to keep pushing forward. I know that Ruiz is going to be that person. And we saw Amorim against Sam Hughes basically just kind of give up and quit. She didn't like fully quit, but she was doing everything she could to try and get that fight to the ground. Even when she got that fight to the ground, like pulling guard, not like with takedowns, pulling guard in the second and third rounds, she still was just kind of stalling after that first round. So I see the red flags. I understand why you are chasing that with Ruiz, but again, the first round of that fight, you saw how high level Amorim is and how Sam Hughes did not tap a few times in that first round is beyond me. I mean, the toughness that she showed was incredible. I mean, that all the way, I mean, it wasn't on the chin, all the way under, and she just kind of worked through, found the hands, didn't panic. And Ruiz, I mean, Amorim, yes, she is a good striker. She can strike, but she wants to be on the ground. And Ruiz is going to welcome that. I mean, she will engage on the ground. She will try to win scrambles. She will try to wrestle. So I think that this is a great matchup for Amorim. But this isn't like, I mean, flip back to the odds real quick. That's why. I'm not playing Amorim. There's too many red flags for Amorim in parlays, in moneyline. If you're going to play her, you might as well get specific, right? You might as well get something early, chase that plus money, because there are situations where she is going to gas, she's going to get tired, and she can't get out wrestled by Ruiz, because Ruiz knows what she's doing on the ground as well. But I think Amorim's just way too dangerous early, and Ruiz is going to find herself in trouble early, and Amorim's going to be able to find that finish. But if not, I'm kind of with you on that one. So I'm a Amorim, but minus. I would put her the way that she was acting in the second and third rounds. Yeah, I don't even know, minus 140, something like that. Yeah, so
the cardio is my biggest. She's Jaqueline Amorim is going to be the better fighter in this match,
and she's fucking 100%. Beautiful, Jaqueline. You're unreal. Love it.
Why are you doing this? Why? Let me.
Ruiz is kind of my girl. This is kind of the same situation as the last fight too. We got the beautiful Brazilian, and then we got. Ruiz is beautiful as well, but she's got the nasty. I like the nasty. You know what I mean?
I bet you do.
What's her nickname? Conejo.
It's that'll show up.
It's Mad Bunny or Mad Rabbit. Not Bad Bunny, but it's like Mad Rabbit, I think.
And if you have in DraftKings and stuff, they're gonna get her last name wrong, as they always do. DraftKings, I'm assuming you're not spending the $9,100.
I think I might. I don't know. Yeah, it's Conejo. I thought it was something Conejo, because I think Conejo means rabbit, right?
I don't. The fuck do I know rabbit in Spanish? Why would I know rabbit in Spanish? Anyway, I'm not spending $9,100, obviously, but it is the type of thing where Jaqueline could get herself a takedown and a dropper, takedown, jump on her, submit her. Jaqueline is going to be dangerous and scary as hell for 4 minutes, and then that's sort of it. But I probably shoot my shot at the $7,100, because if Montserrat does anything like what she did to Cheyenne, then she's going to score a ton. Yeah,
but you nailed that. The headlock takedown. That's the easiest way to get your back taken. The only person I've seen use that effectively is Ruiz in that fight, and then Hebos uses it really, really well, because she's good enough on the ground that she knows people can take your back from that situation, so she's able to kind of control those positions. But I think Amorim's good enough to take her back if she tries that.
Well, and that's why I got into a little bit of a debate with a guy. There was a guy in the Discord. First of all, join our Discord. It's 100% free. If you're a premium member, then you have access to private channels with bets and stuff. But anybody can join the Discord. And somebody was like, I'm a wrestling coach. How could you say the side headlock's not effective? It's like, all right, I also have coached wrestling for 20 years or something like that. And it's an effective takedown. Of course, that's why it exists. And that's why at every level, everybody knows how to do it.
I just do the Russian snap. That's how I do it all the time, every time.
It's just a very high-risk move. Because to Jacob's point, your arm slips. The head pops out. Now your back is taken. Either standing, you're going to get picked up. You're going to get dragged to the ground. If you do get the side headlock takedown, the head pops out. Boom, they have your back on the ground. It's a high-risk move. It should never be your go-to move. And the anecdote I said in Quick Picks and even in other times, I coached youth wrestling for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And every kid would know the side headlock because you have to know how to defend it.
We'd make them run.
They would have it in their back pocket. No, we made them do 100 push-ups. If you threw a side headlock without us telling you,
100 push-ups.
Without us.
How old are these kids?
We coached the advanced team, so it was anywhere from elementary to middle.
Those kids aren't doing 100 push-ups.
With different ages, it was by skill level, not age.
All practice, they would take them to do the 100 push-ups.
Yeah, they wouldn't do 100 immediately. It'd be like, do 30, now 30, now 30. But the point being, because you get, and this is more for kids than adults, but you get used to using that move, and it'll work at a certain level, and then you just keep doing it because it's easy. You keep doing it, and you just stick with it, and then it stops working later. And then you have nothing else, and that's your go-to, and everybody knows it's your go-to. It's the easiest thing. To not get thrown with a side headlock is so much easier.
Dude, Amanda Hebos literally does it every single fight, and it's kind of crazy. She's so strong with it. She did it at Macy, too. I literally said it going into that fight, not to derail it too much, but I was like, she is going to absolutely head and arm toss Macy. She did that twice. Just couldn't keep the control, but that's the only person I've seen. Oh, no, Alexei Oleinik doesn't actually get people to the ground like that, but he's got a nasty scarf choke in that position.
Yeah, it's definitely...
It's usable, but not against somebody like as high level on the ground. You don't want to be in those positions against a girl like Amorim.
Because best case scenario, she gets the side headlock, and then she's here, and then just praying to God the head doesn't pop out.
And
then she has to throw her hips over. Then she has to throw her hips over to cover. And if Jacqueline's scrambling at all, it's a lot. Anyway,
you got to get those hips over.
We got a
when you talk like that.
$4.99 super chat from DTX179. He says, "Hey guys, just want to say thanks for the content. I listen to you guys on Spotify usually on my commute to and from Saginaw, Texas from Granbury. Isn't Granbury close to us?
I don't know where anything's at. I don't go anywhere.
I think Granbury's close.
Why would I ever want to leave my penthouse apartment to go anywhere?
I don't know. Last time you went outside, you got skin cancer. So
cancer jokes. Real classy.
The vampire life is
real
definitely
classy.
suiting you well.
Class.
Thank you so much.
Saginaw's north of Fort Worth.
Oh, so it is kind of close. I knew
Well,
Granbury
let's see where Granbury is.
I've heard people say Granbury here.
Oh, that's halfway to Waco.
So an hour?
Wait, where's Waco at? I don't even know. Oh, there's
3 hours. Waco's 3 hours south.
It's southwest of Fort Worth. So he goes from southwest Fort Worth to north Fort Worth, or vice versa.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Very genuinely appreciated.
Angelo's a Luke Thomas wannabe.
Yeah, I don't get this.
Who's Luke Thomas?
How so? He's like trying to be a journalist or an analyst or whatever. Good looking dude with a beard and glasses.
Oh, I can see. Yeah, yep. Oh, Marine Corps too. Tell him how much you served.
I met Luke Thomas. I met Luke Thomas. So I managed Nick Newell forever, as you guys know, or the OGs know. And Nick Newell was on that MMA Tonight show, or I forget what it was called. It was with Craig Carton from The Fan. There's a documentary about him on HBO. And Luke Thomas and Nate. OG Ultimate Fighter, Nate, whatever the hell his name was.
Diaz.
Nope. And they did like a panel and all that stuff. And so I went, Nick was on the show. I went, hung out with them, and got to meet Luke and Craig Carton. And Craig Carton was awesome. Then he went to jail he had a gambling problem.